Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Young here and welcome to a Metal Gear Solid 5 character analysis. Today I want to talk about the medic in the chopper, who may be more important than some may think. It goes without saying, spoiler warning for those who have not finished Ground Zeroes, but if you're still with me, then without further ado, let's dive right into it. Alright, so the medic. At first sight, he just looks like some random extra, right? Well, I have reason to believe that this man could be none other than Ishmael from the Phantom Pain. Let's begin by talking about the cutscene's camera work. I, like many others, have noticed that the cutscene seems to be going to great lengths to hide the medic's face. I've watched the cutscene multiple times, and apart from a few glimpses, we never really get to see a direct frontal shot of the man. This got me wondering, why would they go through the trouble of motion capturing someone's face with all the voice work, only to keep the face out of sight? I didn't quite have an answer to this question until I noticed a few other interesting details. For example, if you look closely at the part when Paz jumps off the helicopter, you will notice that the medic is protecting Big Boss right before the bomb goes off. And once the bomb does go off, if you look closely, you will notice that the medic is the one who takes the full blow of the explosion, particularly where the face is concerned, which was the only naked part of his body during the incident. Doesn't that remind you of someone? Now, normally I would just brush off some of these details as coincidence, but there is one bit of crucial evidence that made this theory go from having my curiosity to having my full attention. The most important evidence lies in the medic's voice, which the cutscene isn't afraid to show off, unlike his face. Before I talk more, take a look at these segments from Ground Zeroes in which we get to hear the medic's voice.
She's rigged. Damn it, we were set up!
We gotta get it out. No time for anesthetic. We have to open her now.
Keep her gut in!
Breathing stable. No active bleeding. She's clean. I'm closing her up.
Hold her steady. It's gotta be a continuous suture.
Nothing out of the ordinary at first, right? Well, watch what happens when I raise the pitch of the medic's voice a few notches.
She's rigged. Damn it, we were set up!
We gotta get it out. No time for anesthetic. We have to open her now.
Keep her gut in!
Breathing stable. No active bleeding. She's clean. I'm closing her up.
Hold her steady. It's gotta be a continuous suture.
Please tell me I am not the only one who hears Kiefer Sutherland's voice clear as day.
We gotta get it out. No time for anesthetic. We have to open her now. We gotta get it out. No time for anesthetic. We have to open her now.
Keep her gut in! Keep her gut in!
Breathing stable. No active bleeding. She's clean. I'm closing her up.
Hold her steady. It's gotta be a continuous suture.
Breathing stable. No active bleeding. She's clean. I'm closing her up.
Hold her steady. It's gotta be a continuous suture.
In my honest opinion, I have very little doubt in my mind that the medic was indeed voiced by none other than Kiefer Sutherland, with his voice modified to hide that fact. Now let's assume for a second that this is true, that Kiefer is indeed voicing the medic. Some of you may be wondering, why is this significant? Well, if you recall the Phantom Pain demo Kojima showed off at GDC 2013, you could clearly hear that Ishmael himself was also voiced by Kiefer Sutherland.
The woman? We gave her a light. She took the short way down.
Now let's put two and two together. A man whose face is seldom shown throughout the game's various cutscenes. A man whose exposed face gets blown off while defending Big Boss. And a man whose voice is essentially Kiefer Sutherland's voice with a lowered pitch. I don't know about you, but all signs seem to point to the man being Ishmael, and with the way he protected Big Boss during Ground Zeroes' final cutscene, I can totally buy the medic watching over Big Boss throughout his 9 years coma.
Who am I? I've been watching over you for 9 years. You can call me Ishmael.
Also, remember how Ishmael injects digoxin into the weakened Big Boss during the hospital scene? If he were once a medic, that would explain why he knows how to use the injection so well, although admittedly, it could just be common knowledge among soldiers. It's important to keep in mind that these are all just theories and nothing more. There are many other Ishmael theories out there, and to be honest, I am still more convinced that Ishmael from the Phantom Pain is a pigment of Big Boss's imagination rather than an actual person. But at the same time, I just can't look past the fact that Ground Zeroes is so reluctant to show off the medic's face that he practically gets his face blown off, and the fact that his voice clearly seems to be Kiefer's voice with a lowered pitch, all which seem to point to the medic being Ishmael. What do you guys make of all this? Do you think the medic could be Ishmael? Let our nation know in the comments below, and to be further updated on Metal Gear Solid 5, be sure to join the nation and subscribe to Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much, and Young out!